Welcome back to Coaster Keepers. I'm Morgan.
I'm Evan.
And this is the 12 Days of Content. So when you're listening to this, it is Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. Today we are joined by Daniel Ruffing, a composer whose music has received millions of views all over YouTube and social media. His song, I Want to Be Tall, and Aries in a Virgo were both featured on popular YouTuber's channel, Jenna Marbles. So that's awesome.
And in addition to Daniel's social media success, his work has also been produced on stages at Feinstein's 54 Below in New York City twice. And I was actually lucky enough to be able to see one of his shows there, which was awesome, a great experience. And aside from his success in the music industry, of course, Danny is a great friend of both of ours as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be here today. This is wonderful. I love filming podcasts. That's my new favorite hobby.
Yeah. You also have your own podcast, right?
I do. I just started it like 2 weeks ago with another friend of ours, Sarah McCord. I'm sure you guys will be a guest on our podcast as well. We'll do a little cross collaboration there.
Love it.
Sounds great. We can't wait.
Me too.
Wait. So we'll also link all Danny's info as well as his podcast down below and all of his music so you can listen to it. But today we invited Danny on the show. What sparked our interest is that we have an amusement park podcast. So obviously Danny's a composer, but he had a recent trip to California. So our listeners, you should know that recently he was invited to a prestigious artist residency over there on the West Coast. And Danny, you were able to participate in some tourism attractions while you were there as well. So you just arrived back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sure you're a little jet lagged or tired from this trip, but thanks for being here.
Of course.
And first, we just want you to tell us a little bit about the residency and a little bit about the musical Life Song that you've been working on while you were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the residency was called Dorland Mountain Arts Colony in Temecula, California. A wonderful place. It's literally in the middle of a mountain, in the middle of like this whole desert area in Temecula, which is like apparently not wine country, but it's becoming wine country or something. It's like a big casino town. There's wineries all over and all that stuff. So very secluded and stuff. And it's just like this little area, like a little cul-de-sac of like maybe 5 or 6 cottages, and they're just these little tiny things that are the size of like a trailer home or something like that. And it's just the gift of time and space. So you like apply to go there, and then you get accepted, and then they let you go there to work on whatever you're working on, like whatever artistic medium you are. I was the only composer there, I think, and there were, I think the other 2 people were like poets, and then someone working on a screenplay too. So we might have some fellow Oscar winners in our midst. I don't know. I might have some networking opportunities there, but it's really fun. Yeah. So I came to work on all of my songs just in general, but one of the musicals that I've been working on, which is Life Song. Yes. It's based off of the Estonian singing revolution, and the name of it comes from a song that my mom wrote when she found out my uncle was diagnosed with colon cancer. So it's a huge, huge song and a huge musical that means a lot to me. So I was working on that throughout the whole residency, plus like 20 other songs, just random songs for like all my channel and stuff like that, like little 1-minute things.
That's so exciting. I can't believe you were out there with you were the only composer, and you sent us tons of like Snapchat videos and fun things while you're there. It seemed like such an awesome experience.
Very cool. And then outside of your composing, what other exciting things were you able to do in California while you were there?
Okay, I have a whole list because I did so much. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. So, okay, well, it was a journey from the beginning because my first flight got like 6 hours delayed, and it was a whole mess because it was like the night of that Cleveland snowstorm. It was terrible.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so like I got on the plane and they were like, hey guys, so just letting you know, we're going to have like a quick little half-hour delay because we have to de-ice the plane. I was like, that's fine, I can do that. But I had a half-hour layover, and I was like a little worried about that because like, well, half-hour delay means I'm going to miss my layover. So that was pretty fun for me. And then we were about to get like de-iced, and they were like, "Hey guys, so just letting you know, Cleveland is shutting down all runways for the next like 2 hours." So that was fun. And the issue was I was on one of those planes that was only made to be comfortable for an hour because it was only supposed to be an hour flight, and I was on there for 3 hours, so it was very uncomfortable. And I missed my layover, and I had to get a whole new thing, and I was in Minneapolis for 4 hours after that because I had a later flight. I got into San Francisco, is where I started, really late that night. So I missed the whole day. I wish I had another day to do stuff, but that was a journey in its own, and I don't have any good experiences with flying now. So I think anytime I've flown, something bad has happened to me. Yeah, I got to San Francisco. Let me think about what I did. I like tried to remember everything, and it's like insane. I think the first night I really much just stayed there. We got like a nice little Airbnb on a hill. The hills there were insane. And like they're like so steep, and like it was impossible. Like it felt like the car that I was in was gonna like break halfway up the hill, and like you had to park sideways and like parallel park and all this stuff. It was insane. But the next day I went to like all the different parks and like everything, because obviously with COVID everything's like shut down. So pretty much was only able to do the different parks and like naturey things. So I went to a place called Muir Beach and Muir Woods, which is like the redwood forest in San Francisco, and on the beach that's just right by it. And then I went to like Golden Gate Bridge. I saw that stuff. That was amazing. Loved it. But then we went to like Japantown and got ramen and like all this stuff. Went to some Japanese stores and got like, it was like, I cannot think of what the name of it is, but it's like a fish shaped like kind of ice cream cone, but not really an ice cream cone. It's like waffle, and then they fill it with ice cream and like filling. And I got like Nutella. It was like black sesame ice cream or something like that, and it was so good. Wow. I devoured it. I had such a good time eating it. It was amazing. And then it was like all one day in San Francisco because I only had so much time there. So after that, I went to, it's a place called Fisherman's Wharf. I didn't know about it until I got there, and apparently it's some big thing there. So yay, Fisherman's Wharf. It's like a giant pier, but they're known because they have it's like the view of Alcatraz Island and a bunch of different shops and stuff. But they have it's called, oh my god, I think it's called Pier 39, I think is what it's called. Don't quote me on that. But it has a bunch of sea lions, and they're just like all sunning themselves on these like little, it's like maybe 9, I think, like square little mini docks, I guess. And there's just all the sea lions on them, and it was wonderful. I had a blast. I could have sat there for like 4 hours watching the sea lions. It was amazing. And then I went down Lombard Street, which is that like really, really curvy street that like San Francisco is known for, which we technically weren't supposed to do. I guess you're not allowed to go down it unless you're a resident to drive down it. But I went down anyway, and I did not get pulled over by anyone. So I said, I'm having a fun time. I'm having a vacation. I'm going down Lombard Street. So then I did that. And then I went down to Union Square, which is like their kind of like city center thing. And I went up to, there's like a cheesecake factory in Macy's, and like at the top of the cheesecake factory, they had outdoors dining at that time. So I did that. And it was like, I don't even know, like 6 or 7 stories up. So you kind of get a good view of the city. I did that.
How warm was it while you were there?
San Francisco was actually colder than I thought. It's a lot like Ohio, honestly. I mean, it was definitely warmer, but like, I think the hottest temperature when I was there was 65. So it wasn't bad at all. But like down in LA and stuff, it was like 79, 80 degrees and stuff. But San Francisco was like a little chilly. And I'm glad I brought a sweatshirt and stuff, because I would not have been prepared otherwise. It was very cold. It was insane. Yeah. And then I think that was all I did then. And then the next day in San Francisco, I went to Golden Gate Park, which is like this huge park. It's not actually near Golden Gate Bridge, which I was a little shook to find out. And I went to a Japanese garden, and I got like some miso soup and green tea and stuff. But then that day I had to drive down to LA, and that was like an 8-hour drive just down I-5, which is like this lawless interstate or something like that. It was so bad. We almost died like 4 times. But then I got to LA and chilled there for a bit, and then the next day we went to like Sunset Beach, all the different beaches, and like walked around, saw the Queen Mary and all this stuff. And then that night was the whole Knott's Berry Farm night, which is called what's it called? Knott's Taste of Mary Farm, I think is what it was called.
Okay,
yes. Sounds right. Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now. I have the I have my little card that I got from
Yes.
and that was amazing. I love that so much. I had the time of my life there, especially because that was that's a Cedar Fair park, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was the third Cedar Fair park I've been to then, because I've been to Cedar Point and Kings Island. So it was nice to see another one, and this one was like I think my favorite one so far. That might be like a sin to say, but it was my favorite one so far. I liked it
No,
more than Cedar Point.
I've heard it's really nice. I've been there once when I was like really little. I have pictures of myself there, but I don't remember it at all. I was like 2 or 3.
It's like so small, but like the theming there is like amazing, and obviously they're more known for the food. I guess I'm trying to think. I learned some history and I don't remember it, but I'm trying to recount it. And I think it was like that. It started out as like someone was just making like chicken or something like that, and like it became so popular that like there were crowds and like they kept having to add stuff to keep people occupied while they were waiting for the chicken. And then like it slowly evolved into the park. It was something like that. I don't know if it was chicken or if it was the boysenberry stuff or something like that, but
Hmm.
oh my god, it was so amazing there. I loved it. Like just having theming was very nice, because I mean Cedar Point doesn't have a lot of theming other than like
No.
Frontier Town and stuff, but like yeah, they have like Ghost Town, which was like Frontier Town on steroids, and like they had like the Boardwalk and Fiesta Village and Camp Snoopy and stuff. So it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. That was like probably one of the highlights of my trip.
So tell us more about the snacks, because
Yes.
we're really into that.
I was snacking the whole time. So you got this thing with your admission, and this lists all. I don't know if I could even get clear here. I'm gonna do like the influencer thing.
Oh,
I don't know if that's reversed or not, but it has all these different things. You can get 5 tastings of your choice from the list, and so these are all the stores that are open at the different like sections. It's front and back, and you like wear this around your head and stuff. And there's a QR code, so you go up to a shop that you want, and each of this lists all the different foods that the shops have. Most of it's like the same. Like these all have the same thing. They're just so that more people can get stuff.
Hmm.
And yeah, you just go up and you ask for what you want, and then they scan this and they tell you how many you have left. And like, you know, they have alcoholic drinks and stuff like that. If you just get like a little wristband that says you're 21, you're like, I'd like this drink, please. And they love it. Trying to think of what I got. The first thing I got was alcohol, because I was like, I'm feeling like drinking. I'm in California, I feel like drinking. So I got,
You got into it.
yeah, I got boysenberry Moscow Mule, which was,
Ooh.
it was amazing, but it was strong, and I was already like buzzed after that. So like, that was kind of a mistake. So right away I was like, I'm going to eat something, and let me see if I could find it on here. It was like, do you know popcorn chicken bowls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like mashed potatoes, chicken, and stuff
Some
like that.
comfort food.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh, here it is. So it's called the Knott's Holiday Bowl, and it had chicken tenders. They call their mashed potatoes mashers, corn, stuffing, gravy, and cranberry sauce. And I got that, and that was amazing. Like I got that right after my Moscow Mule, and it was so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Then I mostly did drinks, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was feeling drinking that night. So I got, what was it? It was like pineapple mint agua fresca, I think. I'm trying to find it on here. It's like so confusing to read this. I like had to stop 4 times in the middle of like large crowds to read these things, because it's like impossible to see. And it was really hard to actually like find everything in the park, because the numbering system is kind of weird. And I just wasn't familiar with the park too. So maybe that was probably it. But
Right.
it was stressful. I was like, I don't know. I want this really bad, but like, I don't know where it is. And like, I almost had a panic attack. I was like, this is so stressful.
Was it super crowded when you went?
Not really. I mean, they had like, obviously they had a max capacity that they could do anyway. So
Right.
I don't think I was at that though. I was on, I don't know if it was opening night for it or not. It might have been like the day after. So it wasn't too bad. I went at 3 p.m. I think it was open at noon or something like that. And I stayed until maybe 9 or 10 p.m. And like, I never felt unsafe as far as the crowds go. And like, they did maintain social distancing and everything. So like, everyone was actually following that, which I was very pleasantly surprised to know. And, you know, like you had to wear your mask unless you were sitting at a picnic table and eating and stuff. So like you couldn't carry a drink and drink it or something like that. You had to sit down. So that was nice.
Mhm.
And, you know, they had hand sanitizer everywhere and all that stuff. But I think maybe there were, I don't even know how many people could fit in there, but like it felt like maybe like there were only like 5,000 or 6,000 people there. I don't know if that's even it might have been like 300 or 400. The park was so small. So
Right.
that was really nice. I'm trying to think. Oh, so here it was the Mary Mint and Pineapple Aqua Fresca. That's what I got third. And then I was like, you know what? I'm a little tipsy, so I am going to get some food. And it was like peppermint churro. It was like a churro filled with like peppermint cream cheese.
Ooh.
And they had like this stuff on top. It actually was not good.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, I would like my money back on this one, please and thank you.
Hey,
But I ate the whole thing.
I trust your recommendation.
Yeah, my recommendation is
good,
sound.
I know it's not good.
I know food. Let me tell you that. And yeah, so it was like good at first. It was like one bite, I was like, this is good. And the second bite, I was like, this is actually terrible. And I don't like it. So
No.
I was like, I'm going to pass on this one. But I got that. And then at the end of the night, I like lucked out because I was like, I'm feeling like one more drink to take me home. And so I got pineapple cider. And they did this weird thing, like where if you can like order anything like full price and you get like a bigger portion or something like that, other than like the free thing. And I had done that, and the guy thought that I was out of this. Like he rung me up for a full price one, and like made it before I told him. I was like, no, I actually have one more of these left. So I got a full price pineapple cider for like the free thing. It was huge, and that like pretty much did me in. But that was like the rest of the night. And then as we were leaving, I went and bought the boysenberry barbecue sauce that they're apparently known for. I didn't know anything of it, but everyone was like, you have to try this. You have to try it. So I ordered that, and then I went home, and I was really sad. It was like, I love that feeling when you're walking home from the amusement park and like you sit in the car after. It just hits different. It's so nice.
It does. But so was any of the park stuff like open, or it was mostly just the food tasting, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole park was open, but only the food. They had live performances and stuff, but like that was actually cool how they did it, because they did it so that like all the buildings were like 3 or 4 stories high, and so they had all the live performers at the highest story, just like looking down at the crowd and like singing and stuff and like talking to people. So it was nice, and they had like a meet Santa thing for all the kids and everything. It was very cute.
Very cool.
Oh, good to hear that they still had some activities and attractions.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, it was so cool. I loved it there.
And then the day after Knott's Berry Farm, were you at the Residency then, or what happened after that?
So the day after Knott's Berry Farm, yeah, like I was kind of, actually, no, I had one more day before I went. So I went to Venice Beach and like, saw the Venice Canal and stuff.
Ooh, fun.
Then I went to Magnolia Bakery, which is like known for their banana pudding and stuff. I was like, I gotta try this while I'm here. So I had that, and that was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, honestly, it was didn't meet my expectations, but it was like so hyped up. So I was like expecting like a god level like thing, but it was good though.
I always see that on TikTok, that place.
Yeah. That's exactly why I want to try, because I saw a bunch of TikToks about it, and like I think it's only in New York and LA. So it's like I might as well while I'm here. It was actually like really cheap. I think it was like maybe $8 for like a tub, kind of like that big. So it wasn't bad. And then I did that, and then I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I saw like the Chinese theater where like they have all the handprints of different celebrities and stuff like that. That was cool, but it was also kind of sad because obviously like with COVID, they usually have all the different like performers and like things like that, which I guess is good too because they like to heckle people. But it was nice to see everything, and like I think there was like a new star or something when I was there.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I saw a picture.
Sorry, were you going to say something?
Marilyn Monroe.
I did meet Marilyn Monroe at the Chinese theater. That was incredible. I paid full price admission for that. I said I will be paying that price to get a picture with Miss Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
because I just watched Smash on TV, and I like my favorite show. I was like, I'm in a Marilyn mood today.
Love it.
That's great.
Oh my god. Yeah, after that we went to Universal City Walk, which is like Universal Studios version of Downtown Disney. So that was really cool. It was a little that one was a little too crowded for my taste. So I was like, I'm just gonna go here for the food. So I got just like a pizza there, but then I went to their Harry Potter store and like tried the official Harry Potter butterbeer. It was so good. Oh my gosh.
We love
great.
it.
I love that stuff.
It tasted, it actually like, it didn't taste like butterscotch. Like I think most butter beers try to go for butterscotch or something, because I know like the one on campus that we used to go to It was just butterscotch and like hot butterscotch drink or something like that. I couldn't really like figure out what the taste was. Like it was definitely like some butterscotch, but like cinnamon, vanilla, and like some like bourbon kind of taste and stuff like that. And they added like this, like the foam on top, but like it was like a weird kind of, it wasn't like normal foam. It was strange, but it was so good. Oh my God. I could have drank like 40 of those.
It's mixed with marshmallow fluff. I think that's what makes it like that.
Oh, that makes sense then. Yeah, it was like kind of that consistency, like kind of whipped cream, kind of marshmallow fluff. So that makes sense. It was so
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard to like recreate it exactly. I know we've tried it a couple times.
Yeah. I was so excited. I've never tried any official thing like ever, because I've never been to Disney, so I've never tried like any of like the official like Disney foods or drinks or anything like that. So I was so excited to try just one like kind of fan drink food thing or something like that. So I was excited for that. But that was like pretty much the last thing I did until I got to the residency. So that was like kind of a nice way to wrap up my little vacation side of the trip.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, we heard a little bit about the travel and some of the precautions that were taken for COVID. But as far as like the plane and any other place that you went, was there anything that stood out about the precautions taken for everyone's safety?
Yeah, not to throw anyone under the bus, but I guess I will because I don't know. The town of Temecula itself, which is where the residency was not taking COVID very seriously. Like, I went to a store to get like 2 weeks worth of groceries before everything, and I pretty much was like the only one wearing a mask. I think I saw 2 others, and like everyone was just like, it was crowded, like maybe 50 or 60 people in the store, and no one was wearing masks. I drove down like it's like called Old Town Temecula, I think, which is like just like kind of their downtown area, I guess. No masks whatsoever. There's like a whole bar with hundreds of people like packed together, and not one mask I saw. So that was a bit disheartening. But I mean, it was kind of okay for me because I was at the residency and like I was in my own cottage for 2 weeks. So like if for some reason I was exposed to anything, I at least had a 2-week sort of quarantine there. I didn't really do much when I was there anyway. So but that was a little concerning. And then my flight home, which was, I don't know if I should like out the airline or something like that, but there was no social distancing whatsoever. Like both flights pretty much maybe 80% capacity filled. And I was always in the middle of 2 other people and like with full rows ahead of me and behind me and stuff like that. So that was a bit concerning. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it was pretty much okay. Like, I mean, in the airports themselves was okay. LAX was actually like not crowded at all, which I was a little surprised about. But I had a layover in Denver yesterday and that was like packed to the brim. But everyone was kind of following social distancing as much as they could, which was nice.
Yeah, I know a lot of our listeners, they would be interested to know the truth about traveling around the holiday time in this crazy world that we're living in. So happy to hear that there was some people taking it seriously, but sad about those who were not, and that area.
Others.
All the people there. We are all strong. We all strongly believe that masks will help, and it's just so sad to see.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, Danny, I think that's all like the questions we have. It was a pleasure to have you as our first guest here on Coaster Keepers.
I'm
we're gonna link
honored.
all of your yes, of course. We're gonna link all of your social media in our description as well. But is there anything else that you'd like to plug for a little bit here?
I think, well, this is releasing on Christmas Day, hopefully, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a song releasing that day, so check that out when it comes out. Just Google my name. I think it'll be releasing that day. I'm hoping it will. It's a Catholic Christmas song.
Very exciting.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Awesome.
We're excited to hear it.
Yeah, we're so excited to hear it. Definitely, I also would recommend following Danny on TikTok. He has some hilarious viral TikToks on there. Some of his sounds have really picked up speed, so you might not even know that some of his sounds.
That's true.
So definitely follow him on there. And other than that, Dan, we hope you have happy holidays.
Thank you so much. You guys too.